T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
T&D Sports Video Production presents the Nassau-Suffolk Catholic High School Athletic Association semifinal basketball games. Today, it's Sacred Heart against Our Lady of Mercy Academy. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Danzy Center here on the campus of St. Joseph's College for today's first semifinal, Sacred Heart against Our Lady of Mercy Academy. My name is Mike Trezza. I'm joined by Locust Valley coach Mike Cadone. And Mike, we've got a full slate of basketball games today here. It should be a very, very interesting day.
Absolutely, Mike. As the calendar starts to change from February to March, all that means is playoff basketball all around the country, but especially here on Long Island. As you mentioned, 4 great games, 2 girls semifinals, and this first game, interesting matchup between number 2, Our Lady of Mercy, number 3, Sacred Heart. Number 2, Our Lady of Mercy, probably one of the strongest number 2 seeds that you'll see, but Sacred Heart lost a close one to them earlier in the season 2 weeks ago, 10-point game. So we're really looking towards a fantastic game here to start us off.
We're going to step away for the national anthem, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off right after this. This is T&D Sports Productions.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. High, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Experience, trusted, proven, excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production, the industry standard, T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Just about ready for the opening tip-off from here at St. Joseph. Mike Trezza, Mike Cadone, and Mike, for this Sacred Heart Spartans team, a team laden with seniors. It's actually the sophomore, you see her right there, Annie Kiernan, who leads the way.
There she is, Mike. You mentioned 13.5 points a game. For a sophomore to be leading you at this time of the year is really bodes well for the future, but having that senior leadership behind her, I'm sure, is going to help lots today in a pressure-packed situation.
Our Lady of Mercy Academy out of Syosset being introduced right now. And for them, Mike, it's all about number 30, Megan Anderson.
She's a do-it-all player, Mike. 20 points per game, 11 and a half rebounds, can shoot from the outside. Everything will go through her offensively. You'll see her get the early touches. And pretty much as she goes, so does Our Lady of Mercy.
So for Sacred Heart, they'll start with Kim Hopkins, Bridget Feek, and also Colleen McGovern in the backcourt. Up front, it's Lauren Marquardt and the big girl, Annie Kiernan, as we mentioned. For Our Lady of Mercy Academy, they'll start with Corinne Casatley in the backcourt, along with Emma Murphy and Sammy Shea. Up front, it's Mac McManus and also Mackenzie Anderson. Jim Seferdino is our lead official, and you talked about it in our opening, Mike, the coaching matchup. Bob Speck for the Lady Spartans of Sacred Heart, and of course, Randy Todd for Our Lady of Mercy.
Two storied programs here within the Girls Catholic League. As I mentioned before, both coming off excellent seasons. Our Lady of Mercy only dropping league games to St. Mary's, so coming in as a very, very solid number 2 seed. But all bets are off, as we use the cliche here at this time of year. But last game, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, but was February 14th, 10-point game. So here on a neutral court during this time of the season, we're expecting just a tremendous matchup from the tip-off.
Yeah, this might be the best of the 4 games we see this afternoon. These two teams, as you mentioned, Mike, very evenly matched, and these girls have got to be awfully excited with a trip to Hofstra on Thursday on the line.
Such a long season, they've been going at this, summer league and then getting started, early November. So to come down here to one game to continue your season, at least in the playoff race, lots of nerves, but lots of excitement.
So it's Anderson and Kiernan, the two girls we highlighted in our opening, set to tip it off. And we are underway. There's a quick basket from Megan Anderson.
Right off the get-go, takes the ball strong and making her presence known.
Mercy up 2-0. Working around the perimeter. Here's the shot from Hopkins. Putback goes. That came from McGovern.
Strong inside play early. That helps as well, getting an early basket inside.
Sammy Shea with the ball outside. Looking inside. Now right side for Murphy. Murphy's the sharpshooter. Couldn't get it to go. Back the other way.
Early 2-3 zone look by Sacred Heart.
Kim Hopkins on the dribble. Gives it up outside. Feek. That shot misses badly, and the board is cleared by Murphy. Back the other way comes Mercy. Here's Sammy Shea back outside to Anderson. Shot's no good. Long board is gathered by Hopkins.
You can see here Mike Sacred Heart spreading it out, trying to get good looks inside, but we'll step back to shoot.
McGovern misses the shot. It's Shea with the board. Mercy in the white. Goes right to left on your screen. Quick dish outside. 3-point attempt, no good. Came from McManus. Board is cleared by Hopkins. Hopkins on the dribble between the circles. Now works to her left. Back outside. Shot is blocked by Anderson and going back the other way.
So good ball movement here early by Sacred Heart, Mike, trying to find any seam they can. Settled for a couple of early outside shots. But a good drive to the basket there, coming off the first basket early on, which was inside.
Shot from Murphy is no good. Back the other way on the break. Ball is put in by Colleen McGovern.
We mentioned her early, and it'll probably be often today. Leading the break, putting them up 4-2 here. 5:15 left first quarter.
Shea on the dribble for three. Shot won't go. Board is cleared by Kiernan. Here's a baseline drive. We've got to travel going back the other way.
Excellent help defense there by number 12, Sammy Shea, in position to cause the turnover. You'll see Our Lady of Mercy with that pressure, man-to-man defense, trying to cause turnovers off that all day long.
Sammy Shea, the senior point guard, gives it up, gets it back. Now on the dribble to her right. Stops, pops, can't get it to go. Ball is fought for underneath and going with Sacred Heart.
Little difference in styles here early on, Mike. Sacred Heart kind of probing. Our Lady of Mercy settling for the quick shot, but still only 4-2 early on score. Here we got full court pressure.
So Mercy turning up the heat a little bit defensively here in the first. Got another travel, second consecutive turnover.
Exactly. So while the full court pressure didn't cause the turnover initially, that man-to-man coming out of it has Sacred Heart a little amped up, and there we go.
Sacred Heart leads 4-2, 4:20 left first quarter. Back to Shea, directing traffic from the outside. Gives it up McManus, now Shea again. Outside, three-pointer's no good, and the board is cleared by Kim Hopkins. And once again, they turn it over, going back to Mercy.
Just seems like Our Lady of Mercy just needs one of these threes to drop, Mike, and then all of a sudden momentum is going to be there. They've had good open looks, little nerves here early on, but you expect them to settle in and drop one pretty soon.
Just past the midway point, first quarter. Sacred Heart on top, 4-2. Inside, nice look. Mac McManus with the easy bucket on the assist from Shea.
Fantastic middle cut. Great pass by Sammy Shea, easy deuce.
Here's Hopkins. Hopkins loses it, and it was knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Sacred Heart.
Looked like it went off Sacred Heart, Mike, but they're going to keep it here. Our Lady of Mercy going 2-3 out of bounds.
I thought the Mercy girl got her hand in, but
there we go.
That's what our official said. Shea pokes it away. It goes back in the back court where it's gathered by Hopkins. Here's Kiernan. On the drive, she puts it in.
Fantastic finish under a little bit of pressure. Puts them up 6-4 early on.
Kiernan has had trouble so far getting touches, but that time she made it count. Here's Anderson outside, gives it up back to Shea. She tries to find McManus, and that ball sails out of bounds.
A little impatient there, uncharacteristic for Sammy Shea. Trying to skip the ball over the zone, maybe looking for a quick shot. But we still got a tight one here, Mike. 2:45 left first quarter.
Sacred Heart trails, actually leads Mercy 6-4. Shot is off the mark. Rebound, second chance, third chance, and they'll get one more chance. Tie up, and that's going to keep the possession arrow with Sacred Heart.
A lot of traffic underneath, a lot of scrap. Officials letting them go early on. As we mentioned earlier, lead official Jim Zeffredino, one of the best in Long Island, there with the held ball.
Colleen McGovern showing a lot of toughness on the boards that time with a couple consecutive offensive boards. Nice ball movement to McGovern. She gets it to go, and the foul.
Oh, fantastic. Staying on the pressure.
Holly McGovern, the senior. See her at the line. She gets it to go and completes the three-point play.
7 early points here for McGovern.
Sacred Heart on top 9-4, approaching the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Here's Shea from deep. She can't get it to go. The board is cleared by Hopkins. Hopkins back the other way. Hopkins on the dribble to her left. Gives it up Bendowski, who's now in. Three from McGovern wouldn't go. Another offensive board for Sacred Heart. Here's a baseline drive back out to Kiernan from deep. She can't get that one down, but another offensive board. This time it's Marquardt. That shot's off the mark. Sammy Shea clears the boards.
Good lead pass up at Sacred Heart. You got to be happy, Mike, here. Lots of offensive rebounding early.
Wow, Mercy got a break. That was going out of bounds. It went off the official and stayed in play. So Mercy's going to retain possession right here.
19 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if we work something to the outside and get a good look, or are we going to go in quickly here?
Here's McManus back outside to Shea. Sammy Shea on the dribble, weaves her way in and drops it in.
Sammy Shea, the lead player here with the ball early on. You see out of the inbounds play, went right back to her, and a solid drive to the basket.
Approaching a minute left. 9-6 Sacred Heart. Here's Kiernan from deep, and she gets it to go.
Big shot here as we're closing out the quarter. Momentum killer coming right back.
12-6 Sacred Heart. 45 seconds left. We got a quick timeout called by Randy Todd.
Randy Todd looking to draw something up here, Mike. 22 seconds. He feels the momentum shift, figures he's going to come down now instead of forcing something, get a good look, try to get at least a basket or get to the line here, because you finally felt Mercy got a great drive from Sammy Shea, got their offense working a little bit, and then Sacred Heart comes right back, drains a three.
So Mercy, Mike, up till this point, has had a little trouble getting Megan Anderson very, very involved. She's been quiet throughout this first quarter.
Absolutely. It's a great point, Mike. Very perimeter-based at the moment. You see Coach Todd here talking to his troops with 22 seconds. Now they're coming out of the timeout. That's an experienced coach. He knows right now it's early on in the game, but he wants to get a great look for his team, at least to finish out here, maybe go 2 for 1 if they get a quick shot.
Let's see if he's got a play drawn up for Anderson. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Anderson sets the pick out high. Let's see if they can get it to her in the post. Shea on the dribble to her right. To Anderson, left wing. Anderson on the baseline, puts it in. 12-8. Sacred Heart on top. 20 seconds left in the quarter. We've got a foul.
Best case scenario right here, Mike, for Our Lady of Mercy. Got their leading scorer going off a great set. Causes a turnover. Now they got 17 seconds left to try to finish this one out and get back on the board.
First foul of the day was an offensive foul called on Shannon Meyer, who's now in. Shea to her right, now back to her left. Gives it up outside. Shot won't go, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Our score after 1 quarter of play, Sacred Heart 12, Mercy 8.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Start of the second quarter from here at St. Joseph's College. Mike Trezza along with Mike Gadone, the first of 4 games. And Mike, we talked during that timeout late in the quarter about Randy Todd maybe drawing up a play for Megan Anderson. And he did that. Anderson scored. And do you think he's talking right now about getting her a little bit more involved?
You'd have to think so, Mike. You know, it was a great job by Our Lady of Mercy, especially Anderson coming out of that timeout, because while it wasn't your perfect play, she was screening on the top. They got her the ball, made a tremendous drive to the left, and hit a step-back jumper. So that's a confident player right there. In the second meeting, back on February 14th, she was the leading scorer in the game with 27 points. Only 2 points here, but only a 4-point game. You can see both teams feeling each other out. Seems like Mercy's going to take a little bit of a deep breath here, and I'd expect a good look here coming out in the second quarter.
Mercy ball. They're in the white. They move right to left on your screen. Emma Kelly's now in for Mercy. Here's Anderson, double team, gives it up. Here's Shea, she drives. She's blocked by Kiernan. Back the other way.
Fantastic block right there on the help D.
McManus. I should say McGovern. Gives it up to Bendowski. Now in the post to Kiernan. Kiernan pass out of the post. That ball rattles around but won't drop in, and it's going to stay with Sacred Heart.
Wow. Big offensive play there to keep the ball on this end. Looked like a sure two there, but inbounds play now against the man-to-man defense from Our Lady of Mercy.
McGovern tries to get it in, finally does, gets it back. Here she is from 3. A little too strong, and the board is cleared by Emma Murphy. Here's Anderson, stops, pops, gets her own, and puts it back in.
Excellent follow right there, a little short on the first. She wasn't boxed out, followed it up. Now starting to heat up here a little bit.
Sacred Heart walks it up the floor. McGovern, right wing for 3. That won't go.
Certainly not shy, Mike, here in the early going. Colleen McGovern from downtown.
Shea, nice dish inside, and McManus couldn't handle it.
I think she was surprised by the pass coming. Big time drive to the basket and dish. Sacred Heart, though, right on the plate defensively.
Feek is back in for Sacred Heart, so is Hopkins. Lauren Marquardt also back in. Here's Feek. She's doubled, has to give it up. Down to 3 on the shot clock. They've got to get something up. They can't. The ball rolls out of bounds, and it's going to go over to Mercy.
So first time, Mike, without McGovern in the game taking a break, you can see Sacred Heart a little out of sync. Not sure where to go with the ball. But good Our Lady of Mercy defense.
Really good point. They're missing that senior leadership Colleen McManus, or Colleen McGovern, I should say, has provided. Here's a shot from deep, way off the mark, and the board is cleared by Feek. Nice dish inside.
Strong drive to the right. Good weak side. Pull it up. Took the foul. And shoot 2 free throws.
Here's Kate Anderson into the game for Mercy. She's the twin sister of Megan. Meanwhile, Kiernan, off the really nice dish that time from Hopkins, gets herself to the line. Kiernan is true on the first one. 5:34 left in the second quarter. Sacred Heart now up 14-10 as Kiernan's 2 of 2.
Coming off a shot clock violation last possession, Mike, nothing better than come down, get 2 free throws, and get yourself back in it.
Shea, really good ball handler. Back to her left, gives it up outside. Here's Kate Anderson. She's well short for 3. And back the other way is Theek. Theek has it knocked away, battled for it, and let's see who that foul is going on. That's going to go on Bridget Theek. That's her first personal.
McGovern right back in now, Mike. Replacing Kiernan. Held down the fort here, Sacred Heart did, for the 2 minutes that she was out.
Drive inside from Shea. She knocks it.
Great patience driving against the matchup zone and finishing strong.
Mercy down by a bucket. Hopkins gives up the dribble. Inside to McManus. Nice dish, but that shot is partially blocked. We've got a tie-up, and it's going to send the arrow back over to Mercy.
Great defensive stop here by Our Lady of Mercy. Only down 2, looking to come back, tie the game off of Sammy Shea's last drive. You can see them starting to get their feel now against Sacred Heart, picking their spots, and haven't hit a 3 yet, which is a big part of their game, but I would expect one, Mike, to drop very soon.
Brooke Vetter checks in for the first time for Mercy, number 23. Megan is outside. Shea drives past and banks it home.
You see great drive left side to the basket and finish. A little late on the Sacred Heart.
We've got a tie game at 14. 4 minutes left in the second. That pass is stolen by Megan Anderson. Ahead to Shea. Shea tries the glass again. She can't get it to go. Vetter controlled it for a moment. Out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Mercy.
Anderson with a great rebound and lead, starting to push the pace a little bit. Got the ball to Shea. Just missed off the layup, but they retained possession with a fresh clock.
Here's Megan. No, a lot of contact, but no call on that.
A lot of contact, as you said, Mike. Good straight up D there off the help.
But Mercy is going to keep the ball with 16 to shoot. Megan is tied up. Tied up by Lauren Marquardt, and that's going to send the possession arrow over to Sacred Heart.
Good defense right there by Sacred Heart. They kind of locked in on Anderson with her cut to the basket.
Got a foul called on that play. That's going to go on Emma Kelly as Kiernan checks back in for Sacred Heart.
Only Mercy's second team foul. Not a bad foul there. A little far away from the basket, but makes Sacred Heart have to set up now.
McGovern gets it in. On the drive, it's been down.
Fantastic drive, the middle. They crushed in there, but solid finish.
Shea out to Kelly. Shea in the paint, gives it outside to Vetter. Vetter can't get the shot to go, and that ball's going back over to the Lady Spartans.
You can kind of see the game plan here, Mike, developing for Our Lady Mercy. Drive middle, kick outside. Shots aren't falling when they can get the ball to Anderson. She's done a great job as well, but if Mercy can find their stroke here at some point, I think Sacred Heart is going to have to turn up their D just a little bit stronger.
Here's Kiernan for three. Off the left side of the rim. Back the other way is Shea. Nice look inside.
Fantastic transition basket.
Easy bucket for Brooke Vetter.
Sammy Shea pushing the pace once again. Vetter, who had missed the previous three, is able to convert right there.
Here's a steal. Murphy on the steal. Megan on the drive. She leaves it short. Vetter with the offensive board. Vetter fakes the three, instead drives in, gives it up Shea. Now here's Kate Anderson. Her shot pops up in the air but won't go. Kelly for three.
There it is. The fortunes of Mercy right here. Offensive rebound, kick out. Murphy from deep hits the three.
Actually, I said Kelly, it's Murphy. Emma Kelly, Emma Murphy. That time it was Murphy.
No matter who, it dropped.
That ball's knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Sacred Heart. So Randy Todd's team now trying to turn up the heat defensively and pressing the issue offensively.
10 left on the shot clock here, Mike. Let's see what happens.
Here's Bendowski. Kiernan for three. Ball sails out of bounds.
Wow, I think Mercy got away with Sammy Shea stepping out of bounds. Everyone seemed to lock up.
Shea on the drive. She is fearless inside. And now it's going to go on Marquardt.
Number 12, Sammy Shea, one of the smartest players you will see. Saw the momentum killer for Sacred Heart on the other end. Takes the ball all the way down the floor, recognizes that she has space, and gets to the free throw line here late second quarter.
Shea, the senior point guard, she can't get the first one down. Approaching the 1 minute mark before halftime. Got a quick first half here. Shea gets the second one down, and it's a 4-point lead for Mercy. 1 minute left in the half.
3-point basket, Mike, free throw. Now you see the momentum, as we've said, surely in Our Lady of Mercy's hands.
Hopkins tries to weave her way in, then gives it back up outside. Bendowski tries to find Kiernan. That ball's knocked away. Nice putback by Sacred Heart.
Offensive rebound, bails them out right there. 2-point game, 30 seconds left in the half.
Shea will try to take some time off the clock as Mercy will pass it around the perimeter and try to...
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, try to drain. Here's a drive on the baseline.
Colleen McGovern, Mike, taking the hit on the baseline. No shots. But now Mercy can look for one shot here to finish out this half. 12 seconds left.
Third team foul. Try to get it inside to Vetter. She got blocked.
Oh, big defensive play there by Annie Kiernan.
Hopkins drives down to the baseline, puts it up. Megan Anderson rebounds, and that is the end of the first half. We've got a good one. So at the end of the first half, it is Sacred Heart 18, Our Lady of Mercy Academy 20.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Welcome back, everyone. Orland and Cohen, we thank them so much, Mike, for sponsoring today's game. This exclusive broadcast is brought to you by Orland and Cohen Sports Medicine, over 15 locations here in Suffolk and Nassau.
One of the top sports medicine facilities and groups that you could find, Mike. And as you see today, with the physicality going on in this game, they could be very busy after.
So really interesting first half, Mike. Let's take a look at our first half leaders and talk about how the momentum in the first half swung from Sacred Heart early to Our Lady of Mercy Academy later on.
Absolutely. Sacred Heart got off to a quick start. Number 24, Colleen McGovern. She led the way with 7 points. Which was showing the power of Sammy Shea. We'll get to her with Our Lady of Mercy in a second. But Mike, as you mentioned, big momentum swings there. Sacred Heart early led by McGovern, and then Sammy Shea. You could see she's cool, calm, and collected. Was forcing it a little bit early, but then started to find the gaps inside the Sacred Heart zone. 7 points for her. Then later on, being able to find her running mate Megan Anderson for 6 points as well. 2-point game at half. A couple of side notes you'd want to keep about based on their first 2 meetings, Mike. First meeting of the year, won big by Our Lady of Mercy. They hit 10 3-pointers, 10 threes. Emma Murphy in that game had 6 alone. Second time around, back at February 14th, Our Lady of Mercy in a closer game, but they dropped 9 3-pointers. Today, first half, only 1. Emma Murphy comes up with that. So I think Sacred Heart has to be happy going into halftime. Even though they're down 2, they've kept them away from the basket, not giving up the 3 ball, making them work for baskets. That's what Sacred Heart's calling card is. We talked to people before the game. What'd you hear? A gritty team, a scrappy team. You want to make the game, for lack of a better phrase, a little bit ugly, and that's what they've been able to do. So going into half, have to feel good about their chances. But if I'm Randy Todd, obviously with Mercy, after that slow start, starting to find it here a little bit, I would anticipate them, once again, they're not going to go completely away from the 3, Mike, but they're going to continue to work the ball. And I would be shocked coming out of this halftime if you don't see Megan Anderson with the ball in her hands, either to start offense or to right off the first play.
We talked about a little bit of the swing and momentum. Sacred Heart jumped out early, Mike. It seemed like Randy Todd made some within the half adjustments to get the momentum back on his side. What do you think that Sacred Heart coach Bob Speck can do to get the momentum and the flow going back his way here in the second half?
Well, I think defensively, we'll take that first, Mike. Doing a great job, as we mentioned, with not giving up the three and only holding Anderson to 6 points, playing that little high 3-2, taking her away. She's basically been camped out on the free throw line. You saw when she stepped out and started the screen, got involved a little bit more, but they've done a fantastic job. See here the roster here. Kate Benkowski, earlier when we spoke to the coaching staff, she's now wearing 14 today, so a little late change on that. But number 24, Colleen McGovern, was their early leader, so keep an eye on her as we go through. Now switching over in just a second, I believe we're going to look at Our Lady of Mercy. There we go. Number 30, Megan Anderson. Their leading scorer throughout the season, Sammy Shea, number 12. That's who's been leading the charge in the first half. Caitlin Anderson, twin sister, came off the bench. Emma Kelly, though, number 22, who we got mixed up before, but Emma Murphy, number 11, sharpshooter from the outside, see if she heats up. Brooke Vetter came in early on, number 23, was looking to shoot the three ball as well. But number 30, Megan Anderson, number 12, Sammy Shea. Those are your two highlighters right there for the Mustangs.
I want to ask you specifically about Kieran for Sacred Heart, Mike. Were you surprised to see her firing away from deep so often? At her size, do you feel like her game might be a little bit better served in the post, or as a sophomore, is that part of her game still coming?
Definitely part of her game still coming. You know, you could see, and we talked about shooting here, being that you're on a neutral court, someplace they haven't practiced, haven't played, can be a little bit different background. You'll like to see her come out and shoot and feel comfortable with it. Got away from the three-point shots after a while, started to work a little bit more inside. On the flip side, Our Lady of Mercy is just going to keep gunning, and we'll see if that comes back to bite them. It's really difficult at this time of year, Mike. You are what you are as a basketball team. I can tell you from my standpoint, as we're lucky enough to get ready and looking forward here to a championship game, there are things that you want to make adjustments on, but if you take a little bit too much time, it can make your team uncomfortable. If you switch out of your identity at halftime of a championship game, if you don't have that leadership, the team can feel like they're losing confidence from their coaching staff or even within themselves. But right now, two strong teams, 20-18 semifinals. This is what it's all about.
So what you're really saying is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Stick with your stuff. However, I would be surprised if you don't see Mercy go a little bit more into the inside with Anderson.
We've got a nice shot of the crowd. The crowd's continued to grow this afternoon. I want to mention before the second half starts, Mike, how great it is to be working with the true pros here at T&D Sports. Tom Bruno, Dave Stempel, Evan Laurie is our cameraman, Jamie Burkhart with us, also Andy Franco. Great crew of guys doing a tremendous job this afternoon.
Most definitely, and as we've mentioned before, Orland and Cohen sponsoring this broadcast today, giving us the facility and the equipment to do the job that we need. There they are once again, exclusive broadcasting partner today. And this facility, first time, we were told, Mike, in 23 years that this game has not been held on CW Post Campus. St. Joe's Patchogue stepped up, and while it's a little bit out there for the fans, it seems, as you mentioned, fans coming in, great facility. I've played here once with my team. They treat you top notch, great school. And as you pull in, unbelievable amount of construction going on. This is a school that's growing and growing.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that as well, Mike. The folks here at St. Joseph's have been really good with us, treated us very nicely, do a really professional job. So it's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a fun day.
Well, we're going to try to save your voice here a little bit in this second half. I'll pick it up when I can. But looking for keys, Mike, Sacred Heart. Let's see if they get Colleen McGovern, number 24, once again, if they can get her involved early to gain a little bit of momentum offensively back. And once again, Megan Anderson, do they have her bring the ball up and move Shea off a little bit? Or do they stick with what they're going? You can see right now, Our Lady Mercy starts with the ball. Shea in the backcourt.
Thank goodness I'm going to get some reinforcement later. I've got a young man, Jim Furchlin, an eager Beaver that's going to take over with me for the two boys games. So we're looking forward to that. So we're underway. Mercy in the white now moves left to right on your screen. Here's Kelly from outside. That shot won't go. Offensive board by Anderson to Shea, right wing. That shot's no good.
But Mike, you saw the quick pass from Shea to Anderson to start offense, getting her involved early.
McGovern outside, looking inside. Now on the dribble to her right. Stops, gives it up to Theek. Her shot's no good. Offensive board by Kiernan. Left baseline shot goes.
Kiernan, offensive rebound and follow. That was one of the early great aspects for Sacred Heart, was that offensive rebounding. They picked it up right here now to start the second half.
Sammy Shea to McManus. Nice look inside. That shot is partially blocked. It came from McManus. Kiernan now has it. Gets it ahead to Hopkins. Hopkins on the dribble to her right, into the lane, puts it up, can't get it to go. Ball's knocked around, and it's going to go over to Mercy.
Wonderful middle drive. Again, attacking the interior of the Our Lady Mercy defense. Just couldn't get it to go.
Corinne Casatley back in for Mercy. Shea on the dribble. Gets a screen. Down to the baseline, looks for help. Casatley drives baseline, reverse layup, won't go. Theek with the board, throws it away. Anderson gets it in.
Tough play right there. You teach your kids never save it on your own basket. And follows.
Tries to lead Theek, leads her a little too far, and sends the ball back over to Mercy.
You can see, Mike, anytime that Sammy Shea pulls up, Sacred Heart has 2-3 players surrounding Megan Anderson.
Randy
Coach
Todd with a quick timeout.
Going with the timeout here.
22nd timeout.
That's why sometimes, you know, in these games, anytime you have a big-time scorer like a Megan Anderson, you say, well, how can you get her more involved in the play? And it really can be the byproduct of great defense. So if you're Sacred Heart, you could see the last 2 trips down the floor, they're surrounding her. They're daring them to shoot from outside. You would think that that was probably, though we didn't see those games, that was probably their game plan earlier in the season when they gave up 10 and 9 threes from the outside. But today, it's working to perfection. And when you're early in the second half, only down 2, keeping the game and a lower score on this neutral court. I'm happy as the Sacred Heart coach. Our Lady of Mercy, as we mentioned, you know, we saw them early in the year with my team. They will pick it up and find the way here to at least, I would think, perhaps maybe pull away a little bit in this quarter. But, you know, all credit to Sacred Heart.
Some issue with the shot clock they're trying to get straightened out at the table right now. Hopefully that gets cleaned up quick. But this one has been close throughout. You see the scoreboard right there. Mercy up by 2. Now the scoreboard just went out. No, it's back.
Now we're back.
Shea outside.
Oh, great block right there.
Back the other way is Kiernan. Theek drives in. Shot won't fall. Save. Nice save that time by Kiernan.
Fantastic save out of bounds. Gets the ball to McGovern in the corner. Nothing.
Shea. Murphy from the right corner for 3.
Big answer right back. Trading
that time
threes.
I got the name right and she got the shot right. Here's a drive to the basket. That shot won't fall. Feek tries to control underneath and gives it up. Shea to Megan. Now to Shea underneath. Shot comes from McManus. It won't fall.
Having trouble converting inside, but you see the game starting to open up here a little bit, Mike, pushing the pace.
Hopkins has it poked away. Here's Shea, one-on-one, and she gets the foul.
Good poke steal right there by Megan Anderson, going 2-on-1. Shea took it strong to the basket, but the foul was on the ground. Our Lady Mercy now underneath, taking the ball out.
First foul of the half on Sacred Heart. It goes on Emma Murphy. That's her first. Looking inside. McManus has to give it up. McManus gets it back. Casatley. Whoa, she's hit hard on the drive.
Took a big hit. Excellent pump fake and drive to the basket.
Foul goes on Hopkins. Two quick ones on Hopkins.
Nice under pressure drive there by Casalti. See if she can convert.
Corinne Casatley, the junior guard, number 25. You see her there at the line. Casatley hits them both. And now Mercy's opened up a 4-point lead.
Little 1-2-2 pressure right here. Up.
Ball is poked away by Murphy. And Shea ends up getting fouled.
You could see they caught them by surprise, Mike, with the 1-2-2 press off the free throw. Sacred Heart got a little jumpy. Our Lady of Mercy now was able to turn them over and now gains possession back.
Around the perimeter, now for Anderson, gives it up to Shea. Shea puts it in for the...
Great pass from Megan Anderson. That's what great players do, Mike. Find a way to get their teammates open. Coming out of that full court pressure, Sacred Heart handled that a little bit better, was able to drive in here and draw a foul. 6-point lead, Mike, 3:52.
Kaylee Elwood is in for Sacred Heart. Here's Elwood, left wing for three. Can't get that to fall. Ball is poked around and it'll stay with Sacred Heart.
Coach Speck from Sacred Heart showing a lot of confidence in his group, not calling timeout to get things settled down here a little bit. 6-point lead can get away from you quickly.
McGovern, the senior, will be the trigger man on this inbound. Gets it into Kiernan, looking inside. Now back out Hopkins to Elwood. Elwood left wing for three. Little strong that time, but offensive board by Marquardt. Traveled, and that's going to send the ball back over to Murphy.
Tough call right there, Colleen McGovern. If I'm coaching, I'm probably working the official a little bit there myself, because that's a tough one, but can't blame him.
Mercy leads by 6, 3:15 left in the third quarter. They try to get it inside to McManus. She has to give it back up outside. Scramble for it on the ground is won by Elwood. Baseline is open for Hopkins, and she draws the foul, and it's going to get herself to the line.
Sacred Heart decides to push the tempo after that steal. Good idea. Our Lady of Mercy committed a little bit too high. They found the cutter underneath, and now we get 2 free throws.
Kate Anderson back in for Mercy.
Pushing the tempo, Mike, I think a good idea here for Sacred Heart. Anytime they can catch Our Lady of Mercy not set up in their defense, it's going to be to their advantage.
Hopkins at the line, hits the first. Another senior on Sacred Heart. Bounces the second one around, but can't get it down. Shea once again wants to push. Outside. Three-pointer won't go. Ripped down by Kiernan.
Here you see Sacred Heart pushing, but Our Lady Mercy doing a great job getting back.
Here's Elwood. Once again off the mark from three. Shea drives inside. Can't get it in. Kiernan again on the rebound.
Coming up, huge rebounding here on these misses. I thought she got hit on that.
Hopkins on the dribble. Trying to lose Shea. She can't. Now she drives the paint. Puts it up. No good. Megan Anderson clears the boards.
More defensive rebounding, Mike. Looks like the teams are getting a little tired within this quarter. Quick shots, one and done.
2 minutes left in the third. Good scramble for it. Wow, nice job by Hopkins as she ties up Shea.
Great hustle. Possession to Sacred Heart, as good as a turnover in that scenario.
So Kim Hopkins, the senior guard, now making her presence felt.
It is cliche, but what team wants it more? You can see right there, both teams going strong after the basketball.
McGovern can't get the three to fall, but Sacred Heart will keep the ball.
Not an offensive rebound, but still great work on the boards by Sacred Heart. Allows them to keep possession. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Minute and 38 left here in the quarter in a 5-point game.
Kiernan is going to trigger it in. Three won't go from Bendowski. Here comes Megan. Let's see if she drives. She puts it up. Can't get it to go, but she does draw contact.
Colleen McGovern incredulous right there after being called for that foul. A little bit of a tough call on her. Credit to Anderson for taking the ball strong, though, creating the opportunity.
Megan Anderson, player of the year last year in this league as a sophomore. Scored her 1,000th point this year. She misses the first, but she'll get another.
Anytime as a junior, Mike, when you're scoring your 1,000th point, you are one of the premier players.
20 a game, 13 boards a game. She front rims the second one. So misses a pair right there. Here's Thiek. Shakes her defender and banks it in.
Textbook right there. Approach the basket, pump fake, and finish strong.
Sacred Heart not going away as we approach the 1 minute mark. They trail by 3. There's a deep three off the front of the rim, and it's boarded by Bendowski. Thiek looking inside. McGovern. Nice dish.
Once again, Thiek, great middle cut, no help. Finishes it. Starting to exploit the middle here on the Our Lady Mercy defense.
Half a minute left. Mercy by a point. Here's Shea behind the back dribble, puts it up. Rebounded by Marquardt.
15 seconds left on the clock here, Mike.
Ball is poked away by Emma Murphy, but it'll stay with Sacred Heart.
Coach Roberts back telling his team, let's relax here. Let's hold for one shot.
Vetter checks back in for the last 12 seconds of this quarter.
If you're Sacred Heart, last thing you want to do is turn the ball over, get it inbounded, try to get to the basket, see if you can at least get on the line.
McGovern, right for three, she nails it!
Best case scenario right there, Mike. I didn't even bring it up. You see the long three on that replay. What an ending right here.
That's going to do it for the third quarter of play. Sacred Heart takes the lead on that three after 3 quarters of play. They lead Our Lady of Mercy Academy 31-29.
Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. Half pipe, leave you full of pain? We've got specialists for that. Orland & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle, so you can feel better faster.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution.
Welcome back, everyone, to St. Joseph's College. Mike Trezor, Mike Gadone. First of 2 girls semifinals in the Catholic League. And Mike, Colleen McGovern just gave her Sacred Heart team a big lift at the end of that third quarter.
Can't say how big that was, Mike. Our Lady of Mercy led the entire quarter. Late 3 gets the momentum swung solidly to Sacred Heart.
Brooke Vedder on the drive. She draws the contact. I believe that foul is going on O'Connell, who just checked in. No, I'm sorry, Shannon Mayer for Sacred Heart.
Good solid set by Our Lady of Mercy. Get to the line, settle things down. If she can hit these 2.
Marquardt just checks back in and replaces Kiernan, but at the line is Brooke Vedder, the junior guard for Mercy. Nice stroke, she hits the first.
Solid, nothing but net right there.
Vedder can't get the second one down, and strong board that time by Lauren Marquardt.
High pressure now by Our Lady of Mercy.
Thiek is double teamed. Lucky to get that one to McGovern. Shot from outside, no good. Offensive board by Mayer.
Mayer late entrant into the game in the third quarter, paying dividends with that offensive rebound, Mike.
Tenacious defense. Shot from outside from Thiek won't go. Back the other way is Mercy. Shea with the ball in her hands as per usual.
Clear out now for Shea.
Murphy back outside to Vedder. Vedder puts it home.
Drive, kick, reverse the basketball, wide open. Great job by Vedder to hit that shot.
Mercy up by 2. 6.5 left in the game. Here's McGovern. 3 rattles out, and back the other way is Brooke Vedder. Vedder on the drive to Murphy. Murphy's shot won't go. Shea with the offensive board. Megan Anderson can't get the shot down. And once again, the board is by Mayer. Got some contact out on the 3-point circle.
So Our Lady of Mercy trying to throw an early dagger there, taking a quick 3 by Emma Murphy in transition. Didn't go. Sacred Heart comes with the rebound, bringing the ball back down now. 5:58 left in this fourth quarter, Mike. 2-point game.
Hopkins and Kiernan check back in for Sacred Heart. Kiernan gets it in high to Hopkins. Kiernan left wing. Dribbles right. Looks underneath. Ball is taken away.
Fantastic help defense off that screen and roll right there by Sammy Shea.
Brooke Vedder making her presence felt. Shea drives the lane, stops, pops, that drops.
Space, as you see right here, she will take it. Cut her off high, or else it's bad news on the offensive end.
Mercy leads by 4. Shot from Thiek won't fall. Anderson the rebound.
Oh,
Little out of control, and she turns it over.
just a little out of sync, Mike. They put the ball in her hands, let her bring it up, trying to make something happen. Got a 35-31 score here, 5 minutes left, 5:11. There we go.
Here's a steal by Megan Anderson. Anderson will take it 1-on-2, and she has it taken back by Kiernan. A lot of contact in the lane.
Strong drive, gave it right back, but then commits the foul out of frustration. You can see Coach Todd called her over, said, let's settle it down. We got a 4-point lead. Don't need to make anything happen right now. Keep possession. Possession in this fourth quarter, Mike, as long as you have that lead, is huge.
Anybody's game with 5 minutes left. Mercy leads by 4. McGovern. Here's Hopkins, gives it up. Thiek for 3.
Huge 3. Good drive to the right. Ball reversal, as we mentioned before. Drop. Huge 1-point game now.
Bridget Thiek showing some senior leadership. Megan Anderson, nice dish inside. She finds Bendowski, who draws the contact.
Once again, can't say enough about Anderson. Struggling a little bit on the offensive end. Gets the ball. They collapse on her. Unselfish play. Gives the ball up.
Kate Bendowski, another senior on this team, backs up from the line, but still gets it in.
McManus 1 out of 2 there. Oh, offensive rebound though, Mike. Quick timeout. Our Lady of Mercy. We got 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Mercy up 36-34 here. Off that scrum. Great timeout call by Coach Todd. Settle the troops. It's a full timeout. He's going to talk to them now, Mike, I would think about managing the next 4 minutes of this game. They have possession. Let's get a great shot coming down. Only 2 fouls on each team, so free throw shooting, not something to really think about at the moment. However, if one team starts to take a little bit of a lead, you might have to give one here to stop the clock later on, but this is as close as it's going to get.
So let me go back and clean up something. I had 14 white confused with 14 red. That was McManus at the line for Our Lady of Mercy Academy, and not
correct. Yeah, one out of 2 from the line. Yep, 1 out of 2 from the line there.
And as you can see on our shot there, teams for the second game are starting to arrive. The Friars from St. Anthony's are here, and I'm sure St. Mary's will be here in just a few minutes. So we've got a full slate of basketball. We'll be here all day and all night.
This game has been as good as advertised and more. We're going to need to take a little bit of break in between games, Mike. Maybe get a little caffeine, get amped up again, because this has been something else. But the excitement of playoff basketball is enough for people like myself and you who love the game. Let's see what Our Lady of Mercy does coming out of this timeout.
This one's been close throughout. I don't think there's been more than a 4-point lead for either team. Sammy Shea looks inside, gets it into.
Once again, Sammy Shea drives middle, draws the help Excellent bounce pass. McManus. Strong finish.
Ball's knocked away, but it's going to stay with Sacred Heart as they now trail by 4.
Great job by the Mercy team. Just solid basketball. Attack, finish, work the basketball.
Hopkins dribbles outside. Nice look inside to Kiernan. That ball rolls off the rim, and it's back the other way for Murphy.
Settle it down, run a set. 20 seconds on the shot clock. You got a 4-point lead. We're going to clear it out now to the left side.
Vetter gets it in.
Sammy Shea, left side. Vetter finishing strong, drawing the defense away.
McGovern drives in, draws the contact.
Sammy Shea steps in just a little bit late here. McManus takes the bump. 40-36, 3 minutes ago. See if we can make this a one-possession game off this free throw here, Mike.
Colleen McGovern with a really nice game here this afternoon at the line. Chance to complete the three-point play.
Little strong, but offensive rebound.
Feet!
See where she sets up, about 2 feet behind the NCAA three-point line. There are 3 lines on this court here. You have the dark blue, that's your high school. The yellow line, NCAA women's. The light gray line, NCAA men's. She steps back. Watch how deep. And a quick thing now by Coach Beck.
And every time you think, Mike Gadone, that Sacred Heart is getting ready to go away, they hit a big three, get themselves back in the game. That time it was Bridget Thieck, the senior guard from the left wing, who drew her team to back within a point.
2 threes for Thieck of the very deep variety. 10 points. She's really stepped up here. As you mentioned, Mike, once again, no quit in Sacred Heart. Offensive rebound has been huge from the beginning of this game. Allows them to get the ball back, maintain possession, hit a 3, timeout, set up the defense. Now you get a little bit of a look of the coaching styles. Why would Coach Beck before let him go? Not that he's saving up his timeouts, but he's got 5 left in his pocket. Great time right there to settle it down. Some people say off a 3, keep the momentum, but I understand what he's doing here. No pressure, but he's got his defense set.
And it's funny, Mike, in setting up this game, you remarked on how loose Coach Beck seemed, and his team is really spreading it out here this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Shea outside to Vetter. Shot is partially blocked, but saved underneath the basket. McManus to the left.
The ball alive, you can see tremendous. McManus was able to be the recipient once again of Sammy Shea's hustle.
Thieck with a spinning move tries to get it inside. Nice ball movement underneath. And an easy basket once again from Thieck.
Thieck tried to push it a little bit, tried to force it early. Sacred Heart was able to maintain possession, 1-point game.
2 minutes to play. Shea can't get the deep one down. And Randy Todd calls a timeout.
I understand that timeout as well. Interesting, Sammy Shea's been doing a great job, Mike, of running the offense, settling things down. Drives, took a little bit of a quick shot there from the corner. Could have been, once again, momentum we talked about, but it was a little bit deep. They were able to get the offensive rebound. Coach Todd says, hey, let's talk it over once again. 2 timeouts left for Mercy. 5 in the pocket for Sacred Heart. 1-point game. 1 minute and 51 seconds. Team fouls, Mercy with 3, Sacred Heart with 2. Once again, free throw shooting is not going to be something on those types of fouls.
It's interesting, Mike, that Coach, oh, we want to mention to you one more time, this exclusive broadcast is brought to you by Orland and Cohen Sports Medicine. We really thank them for their sponsorship today. Tremendous folks there. They do a great job, make you feel comfortable, get you back on the court, back on the field, and we really appreciate that.
I'll tell you, I think Orland and Cohen could probably help some of the fans in attendance today with this. A lot of standing up, sitting down, emotion going on. People might be chest bumping at the end of this one. Do you have the feeling maybe it's going to come down to a last shot, Mike?
Absolutely. Yeah, this one's been close throughout, as we mentioned a couple times. Mercy with the ball, up by 1. Cross-court pass. Now it's Brooke Vetter, who's quick on the dribble. So is Shea. Here's Murphy. Can't get that one down, and Hopkins is back the other way. Hopkins, cross court to Thiek.
Deep three.
Again for 3. Can't get that one down. It goes off the side of the rim.
Great look, though. Great look for a 3. Still a 1-point game. 42-41 Mercy. 1 minute, 22 seconds left.
Sammy Shea this time is going to walk it up the floor. Looking to take a little clock. Shea. To Murphy, tries to look inside. Now back outside to Shea. Shea tries to drive, double teamed, and draws the contact.
Mercy a little lucky there. Nonchalant pass early in that set by Emma Murphy.
Thiek with the foul called on her. As we approach just a minute left to play in the game, Sammy Shea steps to the line.
In this position, Mike, nobody you'd rather have on the line. And I jinxed her.
The old announcer's jinx.
Mercy.
That was Mike at the home, folks, not Mike Trezor.
Mercy fans, I promise you that was not my intention.
Shea will get one more. Shea gets the second one, true.
There we go. I'd put her back on the line no matter what if I'm Randy Todd. That's who I want.
Bob Speck wants to talk it over.
So here we are, 1 minute, 2 seconds, 2-point game. Sacred Heart in transition, been able to hit some deep threes. Now, what kind of set are we going to work out? I would anticipate this perhaps, Mike. I don't see Mercy coming out playing straight D. I think in this situation, they have a foul to give, put a little pressure, not allow Sacred Heart to run whatever they have drawn up here. Anytime that Mercy has shown any half-court pressure, Sacred Heart's gotten a little antsy. But I'm a big believer in coming out of timeouts if you can either change your defense or make a little adjustment just so the other team who's working feverishly, drawing something up, is not comfortable. I think that's a huge advantage.
They get a good look at the crowd here at St. Joseph. They continue to grow throughout the afternoon. Take some Nassau people a little extra time to find Suffolk. They think the world ends at Route 110.
Well, yeah, once you get past Huntington, everybody gets a little nervous.
So just over a minute left to play from here at St. Joseph. Mike Trezor, the coach, Mike Gadone.
Mercy showing straight man-to-man. Let's see what happens here.
Hopkins traveled and turned it over.
Hopkins dragged the pivot foot, unfortunately. Just a tough thing. 53.2 seconds left, 2-point game.
Bob Speck once again wants to talk it over.
All right, so there you go. Keeping those timeouts in the pocket, that's what helps. Late game situation, just a little bit of inexperience there, little nerves. But still, we're only talking a one-possession game. You see both teams in their huddles. Coach Todd's going to bring his group to the bench. Coach Speck staying with his group mid-court.
Coach Speck has had a balanced attack this afternoon, Mike. Let's take a quick look at their leaders for Sacred Heart.
Absolutely. Colleen McGovern with 15, including 2 threes. Bridget Thiek, as you had mentioned before, she's now come alive. 2, 4, 6, 12 points. Here we are drawing up to play, Coach Speck. Under control, calm. That's what you want in your huddle right there. You can see players on the outside feeling nice, calm, relaxed. So if they're in, no real tension here. It all starts with a defensive stop, though, Mike.
And he's got to be telling his girls, we're right there, girls, please. You know, don't get nervous, and we can close this one out, and we can steal one from Mercy.
Absolutely. You know what? Even if Mercy comes down and hits a 3 here, it's still a 2-possession game. It's 5 points. You don't need to go for the quick 3. You do need to make them work here, though, on D.
Vetter triggers it into Anderson. Megan Anderson, Player of the Year last year, trying to shake her defender.
42 seconds left.
Sammy Shea to Vetter.
10 on the shot clock.
Outside Murphy, she drives, can't get it to go. Ball is pulled down by Hopkins, and Hopkins is fouled. I believe Murphy had it called on her.
Not a terrible foul there. They had one to give. Prevents the fast break. Yet another timeout from Sacred Heart. Interesting play right there, Mike, not to, in this full timeout, not to foul. They had, Sacred Heart has only 3 team fouls. Early in the possession, if they didn't get a steal, they could have fouled right away, but they said, we're going to play it out. Got to stop. Right now, what do you do here as Sacred Heart? You're down 2. Do you hold for 1 and try to tie the game? Do you go for a 3 to try to win the game? Do you go for a quick shot? All the things that the coaches, that goes through your mind in these timeouts.
So let me ask you, Mike, if this is your team, what are you telling them to do?
I would probably, in this situation, I want to see if I can go to overtime. If we miss a shot, I want to be able to foul and still even, once again, we're talking, as we said, this is where it's a little bit of a disadvantage where you only have 3 team fouls. All right, you're going to have to get a quick foul to stop the clock, and then either a quick stop or foul. But you're thinking nothing but positives here right now. We're going to score. We're going to run our best set, whatever that is. All right, not immediate, because even if you do score, then that leaves the ball back with Our Lady of Mercy to come with a chance to come back and score.
See, that's the difference between you and me. I'm bombing away from
Okay.
downtown, trying to close it out. And that's why you haven't lost the game in 3 years,
no.
and nobody will let me coach that CYO team.
Well, listen, when you have people that I have who can hit shots, it makes us look good.
McGovern is going to be the trigger man.
Oh, good D here.
Hopkins gets a screen. Now dribbles the baseline and back.
20 seconds left. We got a tie game. Our Lady of Mercy, do they call time or do they run a play? I think they're going to run it here, Mike.
Shea to Vetter. Oh, ball is poked away, but it's going to stay with Mercy.
Great defense. We got a timeout, I believe, for Our Lady of Mercy. Wow, that was close. Almost a steal and easy basket.
Crazy, crazy game. Tied at 43, just 6.5 seconds left.
This is, again, now where the fouls come into play. 6.5. Sacred Heart with 1 to give. So no matter what Our Lady of Mercy decides to run here, you can give the quick foul. And then make them have to go to the replay. Great turn the corner, solid finish. No foul. Hopkins under pressure, making probably the biggest shot of the season there. Great call by Sacred Heart. Spread the court, ball reversal once again, and drive. You can see that Mercy was
play by Hopkins. She dribbled to her right and then drove back to her left on the baseline.
absolutely. And Mercy, while they closed out, did step back and say, hey, we don't want to foul in this situation. Smart play by them.
So let's see what Randy Todd has in mind here with just 6.5 seconds left in this fourth quarter, tied at 43.
You got to think here off this box set, Mike. They're set up in a box. You'd look to have Sammy Shea get the ball, clear it out, and have her attack and either drive and kick. Sacred Heart got to look at the set. Once again, having those timeouts in their pocket. I sound like a broken record, but they get a look at what Mercy has drawn up now. As Mercy, do you change your set or do you stay with it? If it's me, okay, well, you get a look at how I'm set up, but you don't know what I'm going to do. Don't want to overthink it here as well, but I think it really comes down to this if you're Mercy. Who do you want the ball in their hands? You want it in Sammy Shea's hands. As we mentioned also, even though she only hit 1 or 2, great stroke, senior leader. If she does get fouled, knows how to draw a foul. I can tell you that personally. She is a tremendous player as a point guard to distribute and draw fouls. If I'm Sacred Heart, I'm probably denying her the ball, maybe even doubling it. You want to force either a bad shot deep at the buzzer or just keeping the ball as far away from the basket as you can right here. Probably going to switch all these screens.
Vetter is going to trigger it in.
McGovern on the ball, wants to force it to the backcourt if possible. Shea to the corner.
Gets it into Murphy. Murphy is grabbed quickly by Kiernan.
There you go. Having that extra foul right there, smartly used by Sacred Heart. Looks like they're going to run the same play, but on the other side here.
Once again, Brooke Vetter will trigger it in. Shea, McManus, can't hit it, and we are going to overtime.
Oh, my. Our Lady of Mercy got the look that they wanted. Sammy Shea was open coming up. Sacred Heart with a little bit of brain cramp there, didn't switch out. She got the ball, drove, hit the open player in the corner, got the look they wanted. What's better than a last-second shot? Overtime, extra basketball, free basketball, Mike.
Oh, I'm going to be here all night, Mike. I hope Dave Stemple has the sleeping bag in his
If you need me to
his
take over here in
his SUV.
I'll be happy to take over in overtime. I'd be happy. But wow, if this is indicative of what the rest of the day is going to look like, you are going to be here for a while.
We talked about it in the opening, Mike, how this could be our best game of the day. I'll tell you, if all 4 games today are just like this, I'm going to be a very happy guy whatever time I'm driving home. And don't forget, the teams for the second game are arriving. That game is going to be the top seed, St. Mary's, taking on the Friars of St. Anthony. So that'll take place probably 20 or so minutes after the conclusion of this game, whenever that happens to be.
Absolutely. And you can see still large crowd here, but the St. Anthony's and St. Mary's contingent starting to fill in here just a little bit.
So let me ask you, Mike, about that very last sequence. Did you like the way they set that up? Were you happy with the shot that they got off?
I thought it was fantastic. You know, unfortunately, you know, Megan Anderson, as their scoring leader, player of the year, hasn't found the rhythm yet today. And Sammy Shea's taken over, stepped up and said, this is going to be my game. And with the ball in a player's hands at that point, who else would you want? Nobody else but her. Drove strong to the basket, drew the help. They just weren't able to convert. But really, you couldn't ask for anything else.
So 4-minute overtime coming.
Going to jump it back up here again.
It's going to be Megan Anderson. And once again, jumping against Annie Kiernan.
Each team given an extra timeout, so that's going to help things a little bit.
4-minute overtime. We're tied at 43. Our Lady of Mercy Academy in white. Sacred Heart in red. Mercy wins the tip. They're in the white. They move from left to right on your screen. Megan Anderson out to Murphy. Gets it back from Murphy. Tries to pivot in the lane. Now has to give it out to Vetter. Now Shea. Vetter drives in. Scoop shot won't go, and it's Kiernan who cleans the glass.
Sacred Heart did a great job there, Mike, trying to force the second, third, fourth options on Our Lady of Mercy early in this overtime period.
McGovern. Tries to shake two. Kiernan double team, puts it up anyway. It's off the front of the rim. She battles for it. Gets it back out to Hopkins. Left wing for three, no good.
Oh, big steal.
Murphy has it taken away by Thee. Kiernan battling inside. And we've got a foul call.
Offensive rebound. There it is, once again playing a huge role.
Sacred Heart really getting after it, and it results in a trip to the line for Annie Kiernan.
You have to, as you mentioned before, Mike, give them a lot of credit, not flustered in any way, no matter what the situation here today.
Kiernan swishes the first one.
Getting that early lead in the overtime period certainly beats the alternative.
Kiernan is true on two.
Nothing but net to start it off. 2 minutes, 56 seconds left. Overtime period, perhaps number one.
Sammy Shea dribbles out high, now to Vetter. Across to Murphy. Megan Anderson. Nice dish inside to Vetter. Tried to find McManus, but she stepped on the line.
Great drive and dish, as you mentioned, but the interior defense for Sacred Heart causing the turnover.
Hopkins on the dribble. Spin move. Gives it out to Kiernan. Marquardt going for that offensive board. Here's Thee.
On the replay, strong drive, fearless. She has in the second part of this game today.
Sacred Heart by 4. Under 2 minutes left. Here's Murphy. Round the rim, won't drop in. And Vetter keeps it alive. To Shea. She stops and pops. Won't go.
I think we got a foul here, Mike, on Anderson over the back. Shooting two. In the bonus. One minute, 40 seconds here, as you mentioned, Mike. 4-point game. 2 shots here for Sacred Heart.
Hopkins can't hit the first. She'll get one more.
Little deep.
Kim Hopkins has played a nice game here today. She'll get one more free throw. She puts it in and puts Sacred Heart up by 5.
Huge shot right there. 1 out of 2 will take it.
Shea.
No rush here, though. No rush.
Anderson. Now Vetter back to Shea outside. Shea tries to spin, and McGovern fouls her.
Tough one right there. But that's the speed and experience of Shea. But if I'm Our Lady of Mercy, Mike, I got to think when I can get the ball in Megan Anderson's hands, even though she hasn't really stood out on the offensive game, she's strong enough and smart enough to be able to take the ball to the basket. She's going to get the respect of the calls. She is passing the ball really, really well. But I can't see her not being a factor before this game is over.
Cassatley back in for Mercy. Shea at the line. Can't get the first one to go.
I think if they make the free throw here, Mike, you're probably going to see them extend their defense 1-2-2.
Shea rattles the second one home.
Full court pressure now, 1-2-2.
Sacred Heart by 4 with the ball, trying to get it across the timeline. Here's Kiernan to McGovern.
No rush.
Feet. Thought about it, passed it up. Hopkins to her right. McGovern. Can't hit from deep. And Shea comes out of the pack with it. Shea on the drive inside.
As you see here, once again, attacks the middle. All that whole play, though, Mike, was started by making the ball alive off the long rebound.
Sammy Shea at the line again, a chance to cut it to a 2-point lead.
Big free throws here.
Rattles it in, she'll get another.
Good touch. Chance to make it a 2-point game, as you mentioned, Mike, here. Does Sacred Heart extend the defense once again? We'll see.
Hits them both. Mercy trails by just a bucket. We've got 54 seconds left in this overtime.
So now we're under a minute, 2-point game. Sacred Heart calling timeout. They are able to advance the ball to half court. Takes a big factor out of it now, which was the press of Mercy. Smart play. It's one of the differences that very often doesn't get talked about in these games. Rules are different, boys, girls, college. This is one of the rules. As a coach, I got to be honest with you, I don't particularly care for it because I love pressure defense. I think it kind of bails teams out. However, if I'm on Sacred Heart's bench, I'm certainly doing it. I'm not giving them the opportunity to press me. But yeah, when the game is under a minute in the second half or overtime, you do have the option to advance the ball. Certainly going to do it. 30 seconds. We got a 24 second difference here in the shot clock. Huge possession any way you slice it.
I don't want to tick off Mike Godone at the end of one of these games and have him go all Juwan Howard on me.
That would never happen. Never. I was never part of the Fab Five, so. But yeah, this is what coach, fans, players. While it's nerve-wracking, this is as good as it gets. Look for Megan Anderson here, big defensive play. I can feel it, Mike.
McGovern's going to inbound. Sacred Heart with the ball and the 2-point lead. Here's Hopkins on the dribble behind the back. Hopkins, give and go. Easy ball.
Looks like we got a timeout. As you mentioned, give and go, backdoor cut. See, they had to, Mike, give the pressure D on the ball. However, you can see the help side defense was really worried about Feek on the outside, so there was no help. She was able to get the ball back and score really without any kind of help or attention.
Really nicely done on the give and go. Work to perfection.
All started with a great bounce pass to the wing. These are the fundamentals you talk about all the time as coaches. Younger players, we harp on that in practice. If you're a middle school player, if you're a youth player, CYO out there watching, work on the fundamentals. The bounce pass, the safe pass right there, and a great cut. You can run, Mike, any kind of offenses, defenses. You look at tapes, whatever else. We're talking about the Catholic League semifinals here on Long Island. And what does in overtime it come down to? A give and go off a bounce pass.
Don't forget 3 more games to come your way today, folks. St. Mary's and St. Anthony's in the other girls semifinal coming your way right after this. But right now it's Mercy with the ball. Shea underneath McManus. She misses the easy one, and Kiernan gets the board. She is fouled.
Great idea right there. Once again, drive and kick, but the inability to finish in traffic today has been a real downside for Our Lady of Mercy.
So Annie Kiernan with a chance to really make things tough for Our Lady of Mercy Academy if she can hit these both.
Hit the last 2 pure, you would expect that the same thing right here.
Good on the first.
5-point game, 36.2 seconds, 2 possessions.
Kiernan, just the sophomore, as we mentioned in our opening, but she has ice in her veins, and she buries a pair.
Hitting 2 free throws there, Mike, you said it. That is ice water. Now we're at a 6-point game. Still technically 2 possessions, but you're talking about 2 threes. Our Lady of Mercy struggled from outside today. No fouls to give.
we're going to see if we can get a shot of Sacred Heart's huddle. You can see those girls, Mike, starting to get a little bit excited.
Absolutely.
As if you were the coach, I'm sure you'd be telling them, hey, girls, still 36 seconds left. It's a lot of time. Please don't get really high right here. But you can see they're high school kids, and they're excited.
Of course. And you know what? Listen, if you get a quick score here, if you're Mercy and you get a quick score, clock stops. All right? If you get a quick 2, you're still only down 4. You're saying, hey, we're going to get a steal or foul. So with the clock stopping after baskets, that's to your advantage. So you're never truly out of it. But they got to get to the basket here very quickly.
Corinne Casatley's going to inbound. Gets it into Murph. Gets it into Shea. She tries to drive baseline. Leaves it for McManus. She has to give it up. Here's Megan for 3. In and out. And it's Hopkins with the board.
That might do it, Mike.
Kiernan. They foul Kiernan after she just hit 2.
Got very lucky, though. She actually caught the ball with her foot in the front court, jumping back into the back court. It's a tight one there. But, yeah, that's the one play you didn't want to foul.
Kiernan hits the first. It is a 3-possession game.
5 straight free throws, nothing but net. Major props right there.
Let's see if she can get one more down here. Kiernan is true on both. It is an 8-point lead with 17 seconds.
It's a lot to ask right here for Our Lady of Mercy.
Murphy is blocked.
That's going to do it, Mike.
McGovern was thinking about the layup, smartly pulled it back out.
Absolutely. Just dribble it out, 3.9 seconds. You can see Sacred Heart. They know they have it in the bag at the moment, but a tremendous game.
That is a smart senior. She could have gone in for the layup. She pulled it back out. 4 seconds left in this game. And Colleen McGovern trying to make it a 9-point lead. She can. Back the other way, but just a couple seconds. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart is on their way to Hofstra.
Nothing bigger in overtime. There they are. You see them, the happy bench, and rightly so. Was able to get the game to overtime and then really dominate in overtime.
54-46 final in overtime. Sacred Heart Academy over Our Lady of Mercy Academy. 3-2.
Mercy, certainly no reason to hang their heads, but you know what, Mike? You hear this all the time. Very difficult to beat a team 3 times in a season. Some people think it's hogwash. Other people think that it's true. Personally, when the teams are so close, when you had a 10-point game a month ago, and you're on a court like this, as we mentioned, it's really anybody's ball game at Sacred Heart. They rose to the occasion.
So Sacred Heart, as we mentioned, is going to be heading to Hofstra on Thursday. We'll find out within an hour and a half who it is they're playing, as we've got Anthony's and Mary's on top and on tap in our next game, Mike.
2 storied programs once again, St. Mary's, St. Anthony's. You probably hear in the background Sacred Heart, and as they're walking off, thanking their fans who traveled out here today. Nothing better than winning that semifinal as an upset.
We'll be back right after this with more action. You're watching T&D Sports Productions.